So today I'll actually be reviewing the Tower 28 Tinted Balms. I'm super giddy about them, clearly. But I mean, they've been out for, I want to say, a few months now. I actually just bought them just last month in April during the VIB Rouge sale, so I splurged and got all three. But they're super different. So I'll be talking about them, testing them out. Overall, why do I like them? Typically, I gotta be honest, typically I actually have gravitated towards powder, powder blushes, powder bronzers, whatnot, but they actually are fantastic. Cream blushes for me personally, I've always had very oily, shiny skin. This is me with all my skincare on. I just did my routine a few minutes ago. So you are seeing like my facial oil, my moisturizer, whatnot. But that being said, I've been really digging the cream formulas just because it's so easy to blend. It looks a lot more like real skin. And during this whole work from home quarantine thing, my skin's been really dry. And we haven't even been really using the heat because it's spring now, so whatever. But it is much more nourishing, moisturizing, what have you. Just cream blushes in general. And then getting into these specifics, I mean, they're super duper sensitive skin friendly. Hello, hi, I've had sensitive skin my entire life. So when I really was reading into the brand, Tower 28, the founder, Amy, has been an adult sensitive skin sufferer as well. She's had eczema. I personally I don't have eczema, but I do have very sensitive skin. I can't handle fragrance. My skin is very clog prone and acne prone. So anything that has coconut oil or coconut derivatives, I love them because they're blendable, but I don't love them because my skin cries pimples afterwards. So when I saw these and was looking at the ingredient list, I was like, oh my god, it's silicone free, it is coconut free, it's fragrance free. And then they have other great things about it too, like it has green tea in it for actual anti-aging, and it also has shea butter for the moisture. And then my personal favorite, like probably my all-time favorite oil in most things, hair, skin, whatever, avocado oil. It's so nourishing. Anywho, so that's this. They do come in 3 different shades. This one in particular, again, I'm going to be talking about it in the sense of, hello, hi, my super sensitive and fair skin. It does come in 3 shades. I personally love the Magic Hour one. It's very much for day to day. It's super natural looking. I've used it in quite a few of my Instagram posts. I'll link those in the comments. But I'll also be talking about their more tangerine shade. Gorgeous. This one is called Golden Hour, and then they have a super duper pinky one called Happy Hour. So all of these are same formula, just different colors. Super duper easy to work with, being that they are cream and they're in these adorable little shallow plastic clear cases. It's super easy. I'm going to cover 3 different ways how to apply. You can do it with fingers. Everybody has fingers for the most part. And so super easy to apply that way. You can also do it with a dual fiber brush or any brush you may have. I personally just have found that this is great with the 2 different lengths of bristles for very ethereal blended out glow, but it does definitely pack more of a punch versus your fingers. And then for those of you who love sponges, beauty blender. So let's dive right in. Okay, so the only thing that I just did was brows with a teeny bit of concealer, just as I have done in the actual brow tutorial video. I'll link that below as well. So let's dive right in. First and foremost, definitely need to pin my hair back. Anybody else really struggling with, the quarantine and lack of haircuts? My hair is so long now. It's like legit down to almost my belly button. Anywho, so literally I only have on brows and a little bit of concealer just to actually carve out and define the brows. No concealer anywhere else. I will be working with some of those things just as I'm doing the looks, just so you're aware. So some of the other products you may see me be applying will be Hourglass concealer, probably around my eyes, and then if you see me taking back or pushing back the blush color, that's what I'll be using as well. Let's get started. So I'll get started with the actual personally what I found to be the most natural color, which is Magic Hour. So I will admit, some of these are a little bit harder. Just the plastic case itself is a little bit harder to open than others. Not all. This one actually was pretty easy. I feel like I've had struggles with other ones. First, I just need to take a moment to fangirl. I am such a packaging junkie. I really love their packaging. And not just because I love the clear plastic, although I do. I think this is absolutely adorable. It's really cute. Everything is just I feel anyway, is just very well thought out. All of their branding is just super cute. All right, I'll stop that. Like I mentioned, most neutral color that I have found for my complexion. And I'm just gonna take 2 fingers, literally rub it in there. Ignore the oven burns that I have in my hands. And just applying like you would any other cream blush. Now, it looks very saturated, but the more you literally tap like this, I'm sure you guys have seen the meme videos of like dab, dab, dab. The more you dab, dab, dab with your fingers, the more airbrushed it'll look and the more diffused. So again, it seems like a lot when you're initially putting it on, but the more you play with it, the more it's like, oh, okay. And again, I have no foundation, no nothing on. In the post that I've linked down below in the comments, or the caption rather, it was applied over foundation. So do know that when actually applying for a full-blown look, I would recommend to do it there. But again, it totally depends on the type of look and depending on the type of coverage that you're looking for, and there's a lot of factors that go into what order you actually apply it and the actual saturation that you're looking for. So there's a whole lot of factors. But one thing I will say is, as you're applying, because as I've been kind of playing and trial and erroring this, it's been funny. Like I've noticed, oh, okay, that looks great on my cheeks, and then I just kind of stop there. And it can look kind of stark, but that's the case with any blush. So I do just recommend to have that like little connection. You'll hear some bona fide makeup artists be talking about it, like just make sure it all looks connected. And that's basically like, don't just think of your face as a paint by number where like blush, cheek, done. No, honestly, the most cohesive looks are ones that actually do take the same colors used elsewhere and apply them throughout the look. I know that may sound like, wait, what are you talking about? But even some of the looks that I'll be posting down below, I've used this shade that I'm doing right now with a beauty blender on cheeks, but then I also take it up through my temples, I do it along my hairline. I do sometimes even honestly take it on the bridge of my nose and sometimes on my chin. Again, just to make sure it's actually a cohesive look and it doesn't just look like, bam, blush on cheeks. And again, super natural. Let me now take, it sucks when you have the exact same product in 2 different shades and they look so darn similar, but on the skin they don't. Just in terms of shade, I'm like, which one is darker? I think cream is darker. Okay, so I definitely don't think I used the right shade, but that's okay. So, going in again, just for consistency and blending, because the lighting was not as consistent as I'd hoped. So, again, so one thing I do want to point out, mainly because I have used other, and I'm sure you guys have too, other products, especially in like the clean beauty realm of tinted or cream blushes. And I'm not trying to shit on any brands. Please do know that these are not paid placements. Everything that I'm talking about or I'm using, I bought with my own money. So I will say, just in terms of comparison of performance, similar texture to RMS Beauty's actual blushes in their pots, but I broke out from those because they're made with coconut oil. So that's another reason why, as I've been on the clean beauty discovery train. It's been a lot of trial and error. And I know just from the post that I had done earlier this week in terms of skin positivity and being very open about my clear skin journey and my history with acne, I do need to say it's a lot of frustration as you want to try like the latest ingredients that's on the market. You see all these people talking about it online, but at the end of the day, if you're not sure necessarily what may be breaking you out, there's a lot of factors that go into acne. I know we all know that. But the biggest thing is be patient and be very observant. It took me very long time to figure out what it was that was really pissing off my skin and really clogging my skin. And it was really a bummer, to be quite honest. Like there were some products that I absolutely loved, like the RMS Beauty ones. I did love, but it was literally as I was taking them off, I would have pimples just where I had put that product. So that's where it was very heartbreaking as you fall in love with the pigments and the colors and the performance of some things, and then as you wear them more and more and you start to realize what it may be actually doing to your skin, aside from what it may be doing to actual like looks and like, oh my god, you're falling in love with it because you love the color, you love how it performs, but oh my god, it could be contributing to acne, which also contributes to lower self-esteem and other mental health things. So that's where it sucks sometimes. I'll be totally real. It's sometimes disheartening, but on the positive side, that's why when I do find brands like this, I kind of go ham and I do buy a lot of their stuff, because if it doesn't give you a reaction and it performs really well and it is very sensitive skin friendly and it's nourishing and all of these things, dive in, because those brands, especially for those of us who do suffer from sensitive skin, they're kind of hard to come by. So, okay, I'll get off my soapbox about sensitive skin, acne, and mental health. But, so this is it with finger application, guys. So again, this is the most natural color, and then I'm going to just quickly wipe this off, and I'm just going to do a speed up so you can see what some of the other techniques are with the Beauty Blender and with the actual brush. I'll do, but yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this, enjoy the other looks. Let's get down to the more pigmented and saturated color ones, guys. Okay, so first shade off. Yes, you can tell my skin is a little bit pinky because sensitive skin gets pissed off when you rub it too much. And so it might get pinkier the more I do this, so please be patient. But so if you guys have not ever used a beauty blender, please, dear Lord, wet it. Do not use a beauty blender dry. So this is already pre-dampened, or rather I'll do this one. This one's already pre-dampened. You're probably like, why the hell do you have multiple? I wasn't sure if I was gonna do this with all three or not, so I grabbed three. Anyway, so I will now be doing Golden Hour, which is the more tangerine-y shade. So, and remember, no foundation, no nothing underneath. This is just the Tinted Balm. So, super tangerine-y, blended out with a beauty blender. And what I will say that I don't think I've noted earlier, but I mean, being that these are balms, they're super buildable. So again, if you're not as fair as I am, majority of folks aren't, so props. But if you are and you want more saturation than this, just continue adding layers. Seriously, these are super duper buildable, and I know I'm personally just putting them on cheeks for this purpose because I tend to just really love blush and playing up cheekbones and things. Everyone likes to emphasize something else about their face. But I will say these are super multi-use, so do feel free. You can easily use them as lip color. Just do this so I'm not like guessing. Now, they do also have tinted lip gloss. I I do not have the tinted lip gloss. I do have the clear lip gloss though. So what I like to do is actually put this down as the lip tint and then layer the gloss on top. Because it's like you're making your own custom color lip gloss or just glossy tinted lip. So I do that now. You can leave it like this, or again, they're clear one, and I know I'm a sucker for marketing, I'm a sucker for packaging. Oh well. But like, just again, the brand consistency, like it's just really cute. I'm such a cornball. So they tout this as being non-sticky. Honestly, it's really not that sticky. And there you are. They do have an orange tinted gloss, which I'll be real, I did order it, it hasn't arrived yet. But this is honestly the next best thing. I'll do a comparison once it actually arrives, but the next best thing. So another option to keep in mind. Okay, last but not least, the pinkest one. So again, this will probably be much louder of a color than what I personally would gravitate towards on a regular basis, which is why, again, I started out with the one that I personally love for day-to-day and most frequent use. This is Magic Hour. The tangerine one that I had just done is called Golden Hour. Excuse me. And what we are doing now is called Happy Hour. So, touching up some of the concealer, just a hot sec, and yes, you can tell my skin is definitely not happy right now because of all the taking off, but that's okay. So, again, pre-dampened, please. Oh, actually, kidding. I will do this one with this. So, duo fiber brush. This is a mix of the long bristles with the white tips, and then you'll see there's some that's in there that are the shorter black ones. So the beauty of this type of brush is that because of the two different lengths of hairs, the longer ones tend to pick up the pigment, whereas the shorter ones help to actually blend out the pigment. So, and actually all the brushes that I use are synthetic / vegan because sensitive skin and the natural fibers piss off my skin. You're seeing a pattern here. So this right here is just a Morphe M427, again, synthetic, love it, use it on body and face, just so you're aware. If you use other brushes, like for instance, I do tend to use an angled blush brush for like actual powder blush. If you tend to use that, it, I think, will just be more opaque and a little bit more saturated of color. So just be wary. You might need to do a little bit more blending and diffusing if you want a lighter touch with it. All depends on the type of look you're going for. So, totally bare skin. At this point, I've wiped off all my skincare. Don't have a base. I just have concealer under eye and brows. Let's dive right in. With this one, since I just showed you how to do like something on the lips, I am actually going to show you what this may look like on eyes. I personally love using warm hues on my eyes. I have blue eyes. And it just tends to emphasize. I'll do another video on how to emphasize your eye color, but just a word to the wise for those of you who may have blue eyes, all of these are actually pretty complementary because opposites on the color wheel, and I'll handle that in another video. It's a lot to talk about. So, same thing, you'll see it's on the tips, but you'll see here it's like barely even there. That's the beauty of the duo fibers. So, it's gonna be saturated, I'm letting you know that now. Color kind of reminds me of that like confetti cupcake look I did it for my birthday. Now, for those of us who are extremely fair, I will say this is a very bold color for us. So I would definitely recommend being fairly light-handed if you do like something that is this pink. Again, you can tell it's very saturated. I've also seen in some of the comments on my posts that some of you have tried it and it may come across as a little bit of a sunburn, and I don't disagree totally. But I will say, to avoid that type of like unintentional sunburn look, just try to avoid the areas of your face where us fair folk do actually naturally sunburn. So like you saw me just go in on my nose and I noticed, ooh, that's a little bit much. So I went in and diffused it more here. I would also not necessarily recommend doing too much of this color across your forehead, or again, like really right under. You'll notice I did try to hug the outer perimeter of my cheekbones and just like the outer perimeter, just to have that like flushed look, but not like, honey, are you okay? kind of look. So I just want to really emphasize being light-handed with something that is this saturated. And I may even take this back with a concealer in a hot sec. But because I did tell you that this is multi, I do just want to note, I'm going to try this on my lids. I'm going to try it. I have actually done this more on lids for the other shades, but let's see how this one goes. Now, my lids are naturally very oily. Like, this is not primed, this is not anything, this is my natural oil. But that will actually help with blendability. But as with every cream eyeshadow, regardless of formula, whatever, it's gonna crease. Cream shadows crease, just straight up, they do. So know that and be patient with it. That's the biggest thing. But, oh, this is so fun. Oh my God. Okay, definitely bold, but dude, this is so fun. Oh, that is so cute. You can make this such like either a punk rock look. You could totally make this into like a super duper girly look. Oh my God, this would be fierce editorial. Like, oh, this is so cute. Literally, first time I'm actually doing this on my eyes. This is actually a lot of fun for me right now. Okay, so again, you can tell how incredibly pigmented this bad boy is if you don't blend it out. This was applied with a very dense brush, total opposite of what this guy is. This one is super floofy, like super floofy. You can even tell, like you can see the space in between the bristles. There is no space in between these bristles. So the denser the brush, the more pigment it's going to pack on, and that's how you're gonna get just the most saturated color payoff, if that's what you're looking for. So just word to the wise, I'm not going to do it on this side because we see what it looks like. But yeah, guys, so I hope you enjoyed. I hope you give these guys a shot if you haven't already. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Yeah, enjoy. See you next time, guys. Thank you.